My name is Marco Delgado. I'm the CEO at Outcomex, and I get heavily involved with everything to do with innovation and design and new products that we bring to our company. Smart CityDeck is an IoT solution that's been put together to focus on councils, municipalities, stadium operators, precincts, anyone that controls large public open spaces, and they need information of those spaces, anything to do with counting and deeper insights of what's happening at those spaces at any given time. When we talk about IoT solutions in the space, we're looking at various aspects. The first aspect of that is the end sensor. The end sensor can be a multitude of different sensor types. It can be cameras, they can work on animals, vehicles, people, underwater, above ground. The second component of the Smart CityDeck solution is the network piece, and it's able to provide secure end-to-end connectivity from sensor all the way down to the application. The third piece is the actual data ingestion. There's a lot happening in that third piece. It's cloud-based. It's also built on a hot environment where we've got it built across multiple data centers so that there's never a single point of failure. And the fourth piece of that is the actual dashboards that customers put together to be able to visualize all the data that's been collected. So, for example, the sensors provide the council or the entity with a lot of information that they can use for monitoring, making decisions, and they can then take that a step further and actually automate things. For example, you could have an irrigation sensor that needs to be turned off automatically once the soil moisture reaches a certain threshold. Another example of how a dashboard would help a council is it would allow them to monitor facilities, things like parks or remote campsites where they've got effluent tanks, but they don't know how full these effluent tanks are, and they currently would have scheduled visits to these sites regardless of whether the tank was full or not full. In this scenario, a council or a ranger, whoever's operating that, would be able to look at a dashboard and in real time see the level of a specific tank out in a remote field, and then you can dispatch the equivalent team to go out and take care of that situation. The dashboards also play an important role to councils because it allows them to do things like pedestrian vehicle counting, specifically in the holiday peak times where you've got more traffic coming to a specific area. They're able to put up cameras, look at specific roads, and then determine congestion and whether that's coming, one or two roads back or where it's originating from. Or in a sense with pedestrians, it's able to not only count pedestrians, again for crowd monitoring situations, safety, security, but it's also able to differentiate between a man, a woman, a dog, a bicycle, that sort of thing. Also very useful in the dashboard, things like illegal dumping, theft detection, forest fire detection. In terms of future features, we're working on quite a few at the moment. What we're proposing with Smart CityDeck is a solution that will monitor for algae, which is a big problem. Councils generally send people and to measure the water quality at these bodies, these dams and estuaries. What we've done is we've created a solution that's solely based on real time. So all of that data will come back to the council ranger or person responsible for doing those tests. Will come back to them in real time onto a device, and it will give them historical patterns of what the water quality was. Not only does it allow the council to do the monitoring, but it also provides them some remediation. We've integrated Smart CityDeck with a purpose-built pontoon that's based on solar panels. So it needs no power, it operates solely on battery and solar panel, and it will cycle through the water using ultrasonic frequencies that will kill off that algae. Another really exciting feature, which seems to be a problem for a multitude of government entities out there and across the world, is specifically in Australia, councils currently have arduous ways of trying to detect weeds. What we've done with the weed detection solution, there's about 7 or 8 weeds that are very hard to track, and we're using technology through Smart CityDeck to make this a lot easier for these entities. So this technology would help councils, developers, town planners. They'll look at trends that can take that data and they can mitigate certain things happening that shouldn't have happened, or things that shouldn't have been built in specific places. They've now got all this data and they can do some pre-planning. An example of that, for example, would be In a scenario where a council has to go out every time there's a flood or there's a big snow or big rainstorm, they've got to send out multiple rangers to various water passes or bridges and that, make sure that things haven't flooded, the road should be closed, stay open and so on. Currently those decisions are all made after the fact. Someone's calling in saying that something's broken. This would put council on the front foot, and you'd be able to dispatch the relevant teams at any given time of the day, night, and be proactive about it. We chose Cisco because of their range of industrial products. They fit these environments really well. Their products are good quality, they're reliable. We've been working with Cisco for a very long time. We've been using their products for a very long time, and we intend to work with Cisco for the foreseeable future.